What's up, B?
What's up, Heather?
Well, you know what day it is?
It's Poor Decisions Wednesday.
It's Poor Decisions Wednesday. The series where we sip, rank, and occasionally make very loud, very bold life declarations, usually after the second pour. We never do that.
Doesn't always take the second pour. Today, we're not just pouring anything. We're pouring Bardstown.
Heart.
Which means you already know we're going to get loud, emotional, and probably overanalyze the mash bill like it's a Taylor Swift lyric.
Well, to be fair, a lot of times their mash bills are as complicated as like the Taylor Swift Easter egg rabbit holes that people go down. So, you want me to tell you more about it later?
Yeah, but this is real.
She does leave Easter eggs.
Whoop-de-doo. So does the Easter Bunny. God bless. She invented music.
She did not invent music.
She invented music and music videos and concerts. It's amazing. It's so amazing.
If I actually
Jesus
talked like
Christ.
that, no one would watch this show.
Not that many people watch it to begin with, so go ahead and start trying.
Hey, we're up to 324 subscribers. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's V's excited voice.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the bourbon. No more Taylor Swift.
Thank God.
This is Fusion Series number 7. And if you've been following us, you know Bardstown, at least for us, never misses.
Yeah, not yet.
Has not one time. Not even close. Nothing that they've made has landed below Hush Your Mouth for us, or anything that we've tried.
That's correct. And if you need proof, we've done 2 deep dive episodes into Bardstown. One on their origin series and another on their collaborative series. You can check those out right above Heather's Devil Horns.
My metaphorical horns. They are not literal horns. Unless you say something nice about bottom shelf twist top whiskey, and then it's going to get real.
Absolutely. She's not a big fan of Kentucky Gentlemen.
I am not.
Now, before we fuse this liquid joy with our taste buds, I'm asking you to hit the like and subscribe button and drop a comment about your favorite Bardstown release. But we do 3 of these shows a week because I'm forced to contractually because my leg is chained to this barrel by this lovely lady.
That's exactly what happened, guys. He had nothing to do with this. It was
Not
all
at
me.
all.
Mm-hmm. Let me know if you believe that in the comments.
Right down there.
Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and X. That's where we post behind the scenes chaos, adorable pictures of Bandit while we film, whiskey memes, and B trying to explain tasting notes like he's reading a poetry slam. Did you used to go to poetry slams back in the 90s?
No TikTok. Still not doing it. Still not dancing. Still not giving into the algorithm that wants me to do a gritty with a Glencairn. Not happening.
Yet.
Nope.
Yet. There's a first time for everything, my friend.
Yeah, but that won't be us.
All right, let's talk about Bardstown Fusion. So Bardstown Fusion series blends house-distilled bourbon with carefully selected source whiskey, which makes it kind of like a whiskey mixtape. It's part original content and then some killer samples.
Yeah. This is Bardstown Fusion Series number 7, a blend that combines their own younger distillate with carefully selected aged bourbons from Kentucky. It's a testament to their blending prowess and commitment to transparency.
Exactly. So Bardstown doesn't just blend bourbons. They basically create symphonies in a bottle. And they're really not shy about sharing all the different parts that make up these wonderful bottles of bourbon. They're very transparent what's in there.
You're such a patron of the arts.
I am.
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
you very much.
Now that being said, this symphony, you better start taking notes. The easiest thing to say.
I feel like we need to stretch before
Yeah,
this.
get ready, folks. Now, it proofs at 98.1, and you're going to find it, if you can find it, for about $65. And it is blended straight bourbon whiskey. But here we go.
So are you ready to launch into this?
I'm ready. All right.
All right,
So,
well, we'll be done in about 45 minutes.
So this is 54% of this comes from Bardstown Bourbon Company 3-year with a mash bill of 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. Now, what does another 10% come from?
This is another 3-year of Bardstown Bourbon Company, and the mash bill for this is 60% corn and 40% rye. It's pretty high rye.
That's right. Now, another 6% is Bardstown Bourbon, another 3-year, with a mash bill of 60% corn, 26% rye, 10% wheat, and 4% malted barley.
All right, now we're switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, this week it's interesting.
Yeah, the next 20% is Kentucky bourbon, and it's 12 years old. Mash bill for this is 78% corn, 10% rye, and 12% malted barley.
And finally, we're going to put another 12-year Kentucky bourbon in there, which is 75% corn, 13% rye, and 12% malted barley. There'll be a quiz at the end of this. It's a Google form. You just fill it out, have fun.
Good luck, everyone.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pass it.
But as we've said in the past, one of the glorious things, about Bardstown is that it's all right there.
It is, which is great.
It's all right there. And, yeah.
We love
gorgeous.
that about them.
Yep. Absolutely gorgeous.
And we love, we've said before, but their packaging is always on point. It's very clean, pretty coloring. You know, it's always just, it's always very pleasing.
Now, what does the internet say we should get on the nose?
So I'm just picturing someone dumping everything we just described into a big cauldron and stirring it up, and then here's what we're supposed to get from it.
It's very hocus pocus.
It is very hocus pocus.
If only this was, Halloween. But it's not.
You can be witchy all year long.
Could also be practical magic.
It could be.
Witchy woman.
I thought see how high she flies.
I think there's also a...
You're
got
right.
a devil in... Yeah.
You're
yes,
right. I think
we're
both different parts of the
Yeah,
song.
different parts of it.
So be on the nose. We're not supposed to get regular nectarine. We are supposed to get vibrant nectarine. And
Just straight out of Florida.
If you don't do this when you taste it...
Vibrant.
Everyone's failed.
Vibrant.
Along with the vibrant nectarine, you're supposed to get toasted almond and honey, which actually smells amazing. Yeah. Can you tell me?
I was toasting the almonds.
I wasn't quite sure what you were doing, but that was a great miming of toasting almonds. So what do you get on here?
Nectarine.
That's fantastic. Well done. And when B injures me with his snap, y'all saw it.
She does not know 3 snaps in Z formation. She doesn't know it.
What is that from?
You're gonna living color.
Okay. Do you get the nectarine? Because I do.
And I do get a little honey.
Honey, yeah. I'm not picking up on like a toasted nut smell as much.
Well, I would just like to throw out there that almonds to me don't have as an intense smell as most nuts.
You're right. They are a little blander.
I like almonds.
They're neutral. Oh, I love almonds, but they are more neutral.
Yep. All right, so...
What are you supposed to get on the palate, B?
Some cedar.
Oh, like a hope chest.
Chew right into your hope chest. Rich
Probably
toffee.
did that as a kid once. Took a little bite.
Explains a lot. Rich toffee with light tannins.
All right, and the finish... it's going to be a balance between youth and age because we've got some 12-year and we've got some 3-year. So,
well, there we go.
There you go. Let's see what we get. There's some nuttiness in the flavor.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
Me either. That's why it hit me so
right
hard.
in the front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's that's those 2 12 years rolling into the picture. Mm-hmm. Now, they don't tell us where those 12 years come from, but...
Kentucky is all we know.
Well, there we go. That narrowed it down.
I mean, I narrowed it to 1 out of 50 states for you.
Thanks. Several of these had, if I remember correctly, I would pick a cheat sheet. Let's see, 21% rye, 40% rye, 26% rye, 10% and 13%. So, but 54% of it is 21% rye, another 10% is 40%. There's a lot of rye, and I do get that rye.
Yes, I get that too. And B, I have a candy bar that I'm thinking of. Think the toffee, butterscotch, and nut, and tell me what candy bar I'm thinking of on the flavor here.
It's got a little Snickers to it.
Yes, because it's like a little bit of caramel. And the nut.
It's got a little Snickers or a little Milky Way, one or the other.
I was thinking either Snickers, Milky Way, or a little bit of Baby Ruth.
Well,
Do you remember Baby Ruth?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
You might have hated Baby Ruth as a child. I don't know.
I had nuts, milk chocolate.
Okay, fair.
What exactly about that says I hate it?
But you're right. I totally got Snickers when I first tasted it.
The finish is interesting because I get a little of that oak, but it dries, but it's not overly dry. Mm-hmm. Definitely get
It's light tannins.
yeah, they're light tannins.
Light tannins.
the rye's there. I mean, the rye's definitely there.
The rye's there. But it's not overly spicy. Maybe a little pepper on the end, little peppery on the end. The beginning and the middle are definitely where you get the nut and like the little bit of sweetness, caramelly, butterscotch.
See, I get a baking spice and then I get pepper.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. At the end,
yeah,
right?
But the pepper becomes more present. Kind of overpowers any cinnamon. Or I don't get a strong cinnamon.
I don't either. I don't get a strong cinnamon.
So maybe it is just more pepper. Mm-hmm. And it kind of gives a dryness with the pepper too.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
So there's that. And once again, it's just...
Nailed it. You know, now that we've tasted it, I'm getting a little more nut on the smell. It's not like Baker's 7 nutty, but no. I'm getting a little more than we did at the beginning.
This is... The other day we used the word clean, and you corrected that to...
fresh.
Fresh. It's fresh. This does not have any of the earthy tones.
No, it does not. And you do anything too that has a citrus smell or flavor. I feel like it is that fresh kind of taste. I am a fan of this one as well. I have no complaints.
Mm-mm.
So what would you rank it, B?
I would rank it Hush Your Mouth. I mean, it's not a dog will hunt. I mean, it's unique.
Well, that's what I keep, we've talked about sourcing versus distilling yourself. And, but, I'm really getting into some of these like Bardstown and Barrel, and they can do some really, and 2XO, they can do some really cool things with blending. Yeah,
that being said, they do
both.
Three of these are their juice.
Right, that's what I was saying. They can be creative with
Absolutely.
The blending, and I think that's really neat. And I wonder, the people that they kind of send out that work for them, I wonder what instructions they send them out with when they're sourcing something to go into this. Are they looking for particular notes or age or just, hey, find what you think would pair well with it? I think it's really
or get what's
fascinating.
On sale. If there's a red light special.
Get what's on sale.
If they've got a dent, they've got dented barrels, they're 10%
Grab that
off.
one, please.
Yeah. I mean, it's just interesting. They're all interesting.
They are.
And their Fusion series really also, different years, like their current one, I believe, is number 10 that's out right now.
I think that sounds right.
Yeah, and it's $140. So they range in price depending on where they have fused with. I would assume that's probably part of the drive there.
Well, and I mean, it's what it costs them too.
Sure. Oh,
yeah, what they're fusing it with.
So you're a Hush Your Mouth, I'm a Hush Your Mouth.
Yeah, but Bardstown just doesn't disappoint us.
No.
It works for us. I highly recommend if you see it out, any of their products, grab a bottle, taste test it. If you love it, go buy different ones. And then you can set them all out, and you and your friends can have a fun little taste test between them.
Yeah, we're slowly trying to grow our collection.
Yeah, we have plenty of wheated.
Yeah, we like the high wheat. In the comments, tell us if you've had a favorite Bardstown, or if there's a bourbon that is, a true blend that you really enjoy, and tell us what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, till we have another poor decision to make for you.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.